Welcome. We are
Welcome.
live.
Welcome to Community Cuts, live from Brooklyn, New York, at Salon, Leahing, 732 Washington Avenue, Brooklyn, New York. We have our host today, Donatella. Donatella, how are you?
Apparently, I'm cut off in the view. That's how I am.
Oh, excuse me, Donatella. That's my fault, Donatella.
I'm single. Don't be hating.
All right. Wow. Wow, Donatella. You look good, Donatella.
From a woman's perspective in the back, I need to pull down my dress.
Okay. Let's do it then.
That's exactly why I didn't ask you.
All right.
We are live.
Yeah,
We're live. Ricky James, how are you, my brother?
Duke, I am fine. Donatella,
okay,
great to
okay.
be with you, beside you, and near you. That's
This headphone, I sound like I am on Mars.
Yeah, you'd be scared of your voice.
Okay, all right. Well, Donatella, open us up with the hot topics that we're going to be talking about from your perspective.
My perspective is not what I wrote in the description.
Oh, okay.
I cannot remember. So hot topics today. Wow, this headphone. My mother told me that the reason why I took the career that I did is I love the sound of my voice. And this is wild. Am I talking loud?
No.
You're good.
Okay. So hot topics today. What are some of the things we're talking about?
The NCAA, we'll start at the bottom. The NCAA.
Not NCAA. You got to finish it. NCAAP.
Yeah. We had a discussion on the environmental justice and the effects it's having on Brooklyn. We talked about the high rises that are being put up in downtown Brooklyn. One of the young ladies at the meeting did say she looks out the window and the first thing she sees
is a skyscraper.
And that's not Brooklyn. That's what she said.
Well,
you used to be able to see the Statue of Liberty in the harbor. But you can't do that any longer.
Okay, so Brooklyn does have a lot of skyscrapers. I live in one that absolutely sucks. So there is a lot of feedback. I feel like I'm in. Oh, that's clearing up just a little bit. That's great. Someone needs to go on YouTube and see if we sound good. That sounds better. The feedback is taken away now. So let me take that back. The building that I live in does not suck, right? But overall, I think a lot of new constructions have a lot of problems. Right. So yes, when you look outside, sometimes I'm just amazed when I walk down a sidewalk, the amount of new constructions that I see. And I wonder, the people who lived here back in the 60s, 70s, 80s, when it was treacherous, now they can't afford to live in those neighborhoods that they were lucky to survive in, right? So I think the new Brooklyn is good. I think we need to slow up gentrification a little bit because for me, people move to Brooklyn because it's hip, it's the in thing now. Brooklyn is global. People in other countries are thinking about Brooklyn now. But you can't move into Brooklyn because it has culture and then complain when culture is standing on your sidewalk making jerk chicken. Or culture is walking down the street in carnival costumes, getting ready for you can't have it both ways.
Nope.
You can't go home and brag to your family, oh, I live in Brooklyn, I'm so hip. I had jerk chicken today, or I went to aunts and uncles and I had great vegan food. And then when you're in your backyard and you're hearing R&B or Caribbean music, now all of a sudden you have a problem. Okay, what are some of the other things that we're going to talk about?
Again, the issue was with the NCAA to voice our opinion in order to bring it in front of the national chapter of the NCAAP and have a resolution created for the president or the cabinet to look over and try to see if they can put it within the laws of this country under the NCAAP. So that's
when you say president, you're talking about that guy in Washington or the president of the NCAA?
The president that's coming in next election, or the president that is on the platform today.
Do you think there's going to be another election? Because this guy doesn't want another election. He wants to be king.
Well, we have to deal with that. We have to deal with that. There is no such thing as a king in this country. It's just people shouting out over the network saying that is the way it's going to be.
Well, not that it's the way it's going to be. That is the way he desires. I think I saw about a week ago that there was a golden statue of the current president holding a Bitcoin put up for people to look at. And that says king to me.
Mm-hmm.
Or something like those people who had the pyramids and all the gold statues of themselves.
Pharaohs and
yeah,
that's
it says something other than
similarities
regular
are
president.
very strong. So that's a thing to think
And
of.
with the rezoning of areas and taking away, the votes, or making Black and brown people back to 1/5 of a person, says to me that you think you can't win an election legally. Let's take away people's voting powers. And I don't know what is it going to take for America to start acting like the people in Nepal, right?
Qatar, the country that's one of the richest countries in the world, did set an example for the world to follow. They did give the president a airplane, saying that your country is rich, but here goes what we can do.
Well, I think that was a bribe, though. The $400 million plane,
A bribe
and it has to be fitted.
or something of that nature for the country Qatar to think about, but it is something that they did present, and it is on record as them being there.
And it was accepted. And to this date, I don't think I've heard any updates on whether or not they finished going over it with a fine-tooth comb to make sure that there are no hidden microphone devices, cameras, or AI that would hear some of our sensitive information. But at the rate that this administration is sharing things in unauthorized WhatsApps, hey, that's getting louder again. I don't know that they need to breach Secret Service.
Yeah, well, they're going to keep. I'm sure they're going to keep Secret Service, no matter what goes on with this country. They're always going to keep the status quo. There's nothing. I don't believe they would damage the country that much, where it is illegal to be a political figure inside of Washington, D.C. So
I don't know anything about that statement, but I think it's already pretty bad. Don't shake your head at me, Duke. Grab your microphone. Get in here. Participate.
I'm listening to both of you, and sounds good to me. Sounds good to me.
That's people. That's a cop-out answer. We want some feedback.
Well, you guys are good. You guys are good. There's another.
The ice that happened a couple of days ago was the fact of the shootings at ICE agents. They were coming out of their headquarters, and he was on the roof of their headquarters, and he shot them and killed himself. So it is something that's going to present itself every once in a while. The shooting of ISIS individuals.
ICE, not
ISIS,
ISIS, not plural, because that's a whole different group of people, and we don't want those people messing with us, right? So I'm not up to date on that topic, but I do recall hearing bits and pieces of it. Yeah, unfortunately, I think more of that is going to happen. And in some cases, the violence, I'm still waiting to find out what happened to that FBI agent over in Prospect Park that got jumped and beat up 2 days ago.
Okay.
You hadn't heard of that?
I haven't.
Well, I have Citizens app, so it tells you a lot of stuff that's
What
going
was
on.
the name of the FBI agent? Do you know?
I think the whole point is for us not to know.
No.
But
Well,
I want to know what was
are
he
you
doing in
familiar
Prospect Park?
with him in any way?
No, I don't know who it was. The alert came out on Citizens app that an FBI agent
That's
was
something to think
assaulted.
of.
Yeah, was assaulted. And the first thing I thought of was the FBI agent trying to implement some type of ICE restraint or messing with an illegal immigrant. I don't think people just walk up. Like, did he have on an FBI jacket like in the movies? And someone just walked up and assaulted him. But what I do think is going to happen, because people, including myself, are traumatized to the things that we're seeing in the news daily about what members of ICE and members of FBI, federal agents, military are doing to supposedly illegal immigrants or people who look like illegal immigrants or people who don't happen to have their citizenship documents on top of with them, or people whose first language isn't English, right? I think at some point people are going to be reactionary. So you have all these people who've had their families ripped apart, whether it's a husband, a wife, a sister, a brother, or a child. I think there's a term in the streets called on site, right? Meaning when you see somebody, it's on site. I think people who are losing their loved ones, anytime they're outside, they're going to be triggered by anything that walks like or looks like, someone like ICE, and people are going to start reacting. And what's sad to me in the news that we saw just a few moments ago, a lot of the Spanish speaking Venezuelans are a certain height and body size. And a lot of these masked ICE agents look like they used to be in the WWE to me. The World Wrestling,
Yeah.
right? They're huge. They're like, I would say they were superheroes if their actions were positive, right? They look like these overgrown villains. And when you see how masculine they grab people and, the woman that they threw to the ground and now she's in the hospital, it makes you wonder, what are they doing when the camera can't see them, right? Like the husband and father that they pulled away, dragged him into another section, and they closed the door. You could still hear him screaming. I think there are like a lot of these, unfortunately, members of authorities, whether it's police or correctional officers, the way they allegedly treat prisoners when nobody's looking, right?
The former prototype of correctional officers inside of Brooklyn, inside the House of Detention, was the match for what they're using today as ICE. They're that physique, and that's physique, and that built.
Yeah, I went to visit someone many years ago in Rikers, and someone who was doing the visit, someone was caught with contraband trying to pass it from themselves to another inmate. And it was the scariest thing to me because out of nowhere came all these officers. And what I think I remember them calling them like turtle suits. They had on, like the helmets and the rods, and they were all kind of covered with shields. And they came running in a line. And I was like, oh my God, I'm gonna die. And my friend who was incarcerated, he was just like, don't move, just stand still. They're not gonna do anything to you. And they just boom, jumped on somebody and grabbed him. And what my friend told me is that, on the cameras, they must have saw someone pass him something. And I was like, dude, I gotta go. It was scary. But I took his mother up there to see him, and she was terrified. She didn't want to go by herself.
Yeah, I think we're living in a different paradigm. And I think that you're going to see a lot more stuff that's coming off the chain, loose and free. I think that if I was tell our people, the viewers, that they got to get they got to pray more, and they got to be get into the spirit more. It's one thing that we do have over AI is a soul, is a body, is a spirit, and we have to tap into the Most High God that's within us for directions, for even levity. We have to get from the Most High God where to turn, left, right, and so we have to tap into the God that's within us to get answers.
Well, there are a lot of people I see. I don't think they have any God in them.
There is a God, but there is a
That's not what I said.
Yeah, you're right.
I know there's a God. Let's be clear.
Yeah.
I said there are a lot of people I see that I don't think have God within them.
Correct. Correct.
So I agree with what you're saying.
I concur. Because we wouldn't have all this chaos if they had, or if they would, attach themselves to the Most High God that's within. I agree.
Yeah. Miss Sandra, can you turn that fan this way? I'm about to fall out. The people's hair is very hot. It's turned that way. I'm sorry. It's not turned this. It's turned that way. No, you didn't have to move it. It's just facing the other way. Aren't you hot? Ricky?
No.
Oh, well, I look 21 when I'm not, so maybe I'm going through the change. Can you feel it now?
No, but I know it's there.
Yeah, this fan is not like that one, but that's better. Oh, that's good. You
Yeah,
feel
that's
it now?
good. Now I feel it.
Yes.
Yeah.
Next time we're gonna
Thank you,
next
Sandra.
Friday we're gonna sit on ice cube.
What I want to ask you, what do you feel, Donatella, Ricky James, about AI? Can you tell when there is an AI presence, or is it somewhat esoteric, hidden from us?
What I've learned, sorry, give me a minute, about AI is when you are writing something, they give you corrections, definitions, and things that you need. And when you're writing and you need this research for like Wikipedia or someplace like that, they give you all that added ingredients into your document, whatever it is that you're looking up, and what it is that you're trying to say. So I see it's an enhancement. And if at all you're looking up how to draw something and design something, you could always look into AI and they'll design it for you. And so it's not I have been studying copyrights and patents, and it was something that I didn't know. They told me about, and I've been tapping into AI since then. It's really a bright side of inventions that they have done.
All right, thank you. Let me ask Donatella, because you're into that high tech. What do you think about AI?
So I'm going to ask your first question, right? And so the first question, which I gave you an answer before we started, which is kind of different. Can you detect artificial intelligence? And I'm going to say in some instances you can, and some you cannot. Example being, nowadays, when it comes to creativity, there are different forms of artificial intelligence that can quickly help you create an image. There's AI that can help you create short films, right? And I mean like an 8-second video or a real masterpiece film. And you may or may not be able to tell that that piece of product was generated with artificial intelligence. There is the ability to, unfortunately, commit what they call virtual kidnappings. So,
Right.
so now,
Taking
perfect
your
example.
content, yes.
Yeah. Well, well, not even just that. So yes,
Yeah.
still in the content, but right now we're streaming on YouTube, which means there's a plethora of data or media online with our voices. You can take certain forms of AI once you have a minute worth of somebody's voice and create that same voice saying anything that you want. And so there are people who, some of those people I said I don't think that have God inside of them, targeting individuals, a lot of our senior communities, making the senior communities think, oh, their granddaughter or grandson or however that person identifies is in harm's way, and you have to send X amount of dollars to them, right? So, no, you can't detect AI all the time,
No.
but there are some instances in which you can visibly see it. Like AI is not supposed to be able to take a picture of you and replicate you perfectly. Like if you in Chat GPT, some of the things that you ask it, if you don't know prompt engineering, and prompt engineering is the way in which you speak to or write to AI in order for it to execute an action, it'll tell you, oh no, I'm sorry, I can't do that. Like if you say, can you create an image of Trump doing blah, blah, blah? It's not supposed to do that, right? If you say, can you create an image inspired by John Doe in a real life cartoon, it can do stuff like that very easily, right? I love the idea of AI. I think that it's going to displace a lot of people in our Black and Brown community. And one more time for the education plug, if you're over 18, under the age of 55, find an AI course to enroll in at any CUNY or SUNY school here in New York State and get up to par on AI. If you
What do you think of copyright infringements and or patent laws and the expense that you go through in order to patent your own work or copyright? Copyright is not expensive, but patent your own work as far as trade licenses. Yeah.
Well, I think that it's good to have it, but get in line and get ready to sue people, because in theory, I could be sitting at home and I've written a book. I scan that book as a PDF, I upload it into AI, and I say, can you take this book and rewrite it with a mix of Shonda Rhimes and Scorsese? And no, but you can do that stuff, right?
Yeah.
Ray, somebody's at the door. Sorry. This is a live show. We are in Leahing Salon, and there are people that come in and come out all the time. And so it's beautiful glass doors, and I saw this young lady, and I was just like, let her in, right? So yeah, I think it's going to be very interesting. What's going to be even more interesting is the fact that all this technology around the neural links and what Elon's doing, right? The idea that they want to put something in your brain, right? That's kind of scary. And then you think about, but wait, I've already had something in my brain for many, many years. That's the cell phone and that's the ear pods, right? So they're already testing us. Like even this ring, this is an Aura ring, right? Which I am fascinated by. It has these little sensors on the inside. And right now my hand's kind of swollen. But this ring has these little sensors on the inside. It can tell me my heartbeats per minute. It tells me when I've had a nap. It'll ask me in the app, it'll say, confirm that I took a nap. And that's because it determines my heart rate slows down. Based on my sleep patterns, it'll send me an alert and says it's time to wind down. It's almost time for bed. And it detects when you're under stress, right? So one day I had to take the subway. I do not like the subway. I have a crazy maggot, right? And so people always talk to me. I spent 4.5 hours on the subway because I took the train from Brooklyn to Astoria to Manhattan and back to Brooklyn. And when I looked in the app, the whole time I was on the train, it was saying how stressed I was and was asking me what was going on. And it does your steps, all from this little ring being on your finger.
What they used to have is a ring that called mood ring.
Oh, I remember mood ring.
And it used to change colors every time your mood changes.
Yeah.
That was a lot of fun.
And if you know anything about Caribbeans, they would be like a duppy dat. Anything that
I know,
has to do
I know. Yeah.
with dappies.
Mm.
But I had a moon ring, and I do believe my mom as a kid, my mom didn't like me having a moon ring. But you know what's funny? I remember being in the 10th or 11th grade. I think it was in the 10th grade, maybe 11th. I got a beeper without telling my mom. Grew up in Columbia, Maryland. Beeper was in my bedroom, and
Beep, beep,
unlike
beep.
some of these young people today, in an African American house, your doors don't have locks. You don't
Nope.
close doors. You don't lock a black mother out of any room in her home, right? And you have to get clever. You got to hide stuff. And I had my beeper in a box under my bed, and my mother still found it. And I thought I was like the coolest kid. And I was like, no. And back in the day, right? Because this is before two-way pagers. You learned how to send messages with the beeper. Like you put in certain numbers, you could turn upside down and said hello and stuff like that. You learn curse words on the beeper. But I remember my mom saying, why would you want to wear a beeper? When people see you, would you want them to think you're a drug dealer? And now
drug
6-year-olds have iPhones
Yep.
and Androids.
And they're not taking it away from them in school. So they're walking around.
Well, they are now this year.
They give them a folder. You put it inside the folder, turn it off, put it inside the folder, and pull the flap over. It locks for the entire day.
Oh, yeah. But it's like there's some shows. Like there's a big party coming up in Brooklyn. I think it's Kevin Crown is the DJ. And they're trying to bring back the time when you're in parties and people are living in the moment. You cannot have a cell phone in the party at all.
Wow.
Right? You can't take
That
pictures.
sounds like
There's
fun.
no streaming. I don't know. And but people are gonna have their iWatches on, right? So you get your messages there.
They love their attachments.
I do.
You can't live without an attachment.
I have
One day you're
3
gonna be
phones.
caught on an island, and you won't be able to find or get any contact with where it is that you are.
All right, let's have a spontaneous conversation. You're talking about being on an island. Did anyone see in the news that Secret Service? Oh, I love your sandals, YSL. Sorry, you guys, I got distracted. Listen, did you hear a couple days ago that the Secret Service interrupted a telecom heist where several rooms or several areas in this building in New York City had over 300 cell phones or cell towers, and the intent was to take down all cell service in New York City. Did you see that?
No, I haven't.
No, I heard briefly about it, but I didn't pay attention. I turned it.
So what it reminded me, do you remember during the pandemic when we were first getting locked down and there were blackouts happening different places from the rioting? And they started saying, oh, and New York City did something called a Go Pack. They still do the Go Packs. In case of emergency, you have a bag that has all these things in it and you're just ready to go. I thought, what if last week all cell service ceased to exist in New York City? Do any of us have walkie-talkies?
No.
Right? Do you have a can with a string on it?
Landlines? Maybe
Do you have landlines?
It would be chaotic.
Yeah, no cell service. So I immediately remembered from during the pandemic, I was on Amazon looking for high-powered walkie-talkies or devices that you could communicate with. And for Christmas, that's what I want my family, you know, my immediate family, my cousins, my aunts, and things. Your hair looks great, by the way. To get, we all need to have a second method of communication, because I was just like, if all the cell service went out, that means no 911, no emergency,
Nope.
no best
Nothing.
friend. You wouldn't be able to call your parents.
Are we relying heavily on these things? That's what it always crossed my mind.
Yeah, but I discovered a landline last night. Just skip ahead. Giovannis Brooklyn Eats on 8th Avenue and I forget the cross street. Great Italian restaurant. He has a old school payphone that works on
Inside the
quarters
store?
in his restaurant, in a sit down restaurant. I'm actually gonna go back there and do a reel.
8th Avenue and where?
I think it's Park Place. It's on the other side of Prospect Park.
Prospect Park West.
Yes, it's on that side. and it's right at the corner, and the food was unbelievable, delicious. And he has a payphone and only dials locally. And so I was like, locally, but 212-718, could he dial 917? And it works on quarters.
Yep. That sounds
So
like a
now
good
we know if cell service goes down,
investment. Yep.
get your quarters together and head over to Giovanni's Brooklyn Eats so you can use the phone.
Sounds good.
But that's scary. Okay. What else?
Yeah, it's a little scary.
Kathryn Davis did mention on her broadcast this morning at 11 and Hearts of Mine that she was going back over a study that she conducted years ago, not too long ago, in the 90s, I think it was, vibration frequency, the study of not engineering, but the social fabric of your life, whether you are using your vibration frequency in order to get the proper feeling in the aspect of your believing in religion.
Oh,
So it was really a nice piece of work. I wish she was here to explain it, but better than I could do. But it's a good piece of comfort.
Well, we'll have to have her on.
Yeah.
I feel like you're about to say something.
No, the vibrations. There's, everybody's. That's important because we're all vibrating at at different frequencies.
Some have a higher frequency,
Exactly.
lower frequency.
Exactly.
That's really nice.
Yeah.
And she was saying about your heart has a frequency, your bowels have a frequency, and your throat and mouth, nose all have a different frequency to vibrate in order for you to contact with another person. So that was really nice.
Yeah, that's true.
Really nice.
That's true.
It was very clean. I like that idea. It was very clean.
That's true. Donatella.
What? I don't know anything about vibrations, y'all. I'm listening. I'm listening with the intent to understand.
Well, you're vibrating with your words.
Yeah, I hear people say that all the time.
Yeah.
I am saying that is not subject matter that I'm an expert to.
Okay.
And so in that instance, I am quiet.
Okay. But I do like that. I'm sort of like the spiritual content. I love spirituality. And I love that when we, tap into the vibrations, tap into the chakras, tap into the God that's within us, then we can, vibrate on different levels and also receive on different levels as well. All right. So that's important for me. So I understand what you're saying, my brother.
Vibration.
Yeah.
Very good study to look into. And I did Google it on my computer and also my phone in order to find out what exactly was the engineering aspect because of my background. And the engineering do have a machine to check all the vibrations of a certain boiler, a water boiler, and all those things that vibrate. Yeah,
Right. The Empire State Building
vibrates while it
is
stands.
vibrating and has to move. We can't see it with our naked eyes, but it does sway.
No, it's that's a bad example because you tell somebody that example and they would start look at the and every day somebody would say, "Don't tell me that it might fall down." So
it's not gonna. This was built like that. It has to.
Yeah.
It has to move.
All those engineers.
Yeah. So Donatella, talk to me
about vibrations are over my head.
Okay, we're gonna leave that alone. We moved on from that.
So what topic are we talking about now? I'm sleepy, you guys. I didn't get any sleep.
You didn't get any sleep?
No. I had the invite to go to Giovanni's Brooklyn Eats, and I stayed there until they closed. It was a wonderful experience. They have live music on Fridays and Saturday, like around 6:30. Matter of fact, they invited me to come back tonight, but I was like, I got to stream live. And guess what he said, which I'm not sure how it would work. Very nice person. Oh, if you want to come here and stream live on one of the nights, you could set up in the restaurant and stream. And I was like, okay, we might do that.
All right.
I think
that should be fun.
I think the sound and I think it would probably put us somewhere where you couldn't see the guests because that would be a little unfair. You could talk and
You always get these invites.
Mhm.
What is it with you with these invites? It's good invites, though.
I am a African American woman, and
I
that's what
know, I
happens.
know,
And
I
and
know.
let me clarify that statement. I am a woman of color, and we are invited to all the rooms. It just so happens that some of the rooms become afraid
Okay.
and intimidated. So, and the only reason why I clarified that is because I think whether I am African American, Southern, or Jamaican, or Trinidadian, or African, we all give out the vibrations that you're speaking about. But I think for the most part, I am 90% likable on most days, right? And because of my experiences and my background, I am able to communicate with almost anyone. So
Communicable. She is very communicable. You can listen to her all day long.
I would not say do that. My closest friend, I have a friend, her name is we call her Meeks. And sometimes she'll say, take it easy. I learned a lot about myself. I do have a very big personality, very confident, even when I don't know what I'm speaking about. And this past Sunday, I went to a day party, had a great time.
Oh yeah, I saw that. I saw that.
Yeah. Oh, did you?
Oh
Oh my
yeah.
gosh.
I was watching.
I had a great time. Had some champagne mixed with tequila.
Wow.
And I even guess what I did, Ricky?
What?
Oh.
Donatella fell off the table.
Donatella.
Yes, I
And she
had.
got up on the table and started dancing and
Donatella.
dancing.
I did not, but I am a person. I believe in kind of being accountable. And what's interesting is I've been having these online conversations because there are a group of kids that are going viral on Instagram, and it is around bad behavior, right? Bullying and things of that nature. And the community, the adults in the comments are all speaking from an adult perspective, large Caribbean community, and they're saying, oh, the kids should be sent back to their home country because of the things that they've done. I saw some comments where, oh, I hope their parents' papers are in order. If not, they should be deported. And in the comments, I'm saying to people, hey, these are children who are processing at a children's rate, right?
That's correct.
So if you are a child and someone is kicking your butt and harassing you every day and you're trying to get help, and then that someone then starts harassing your younger sister, it's like a double-edged sword, because in one instance you tell our men of color, our boys of color, they're supposed to be masculine. You're supposed to stand 10 toes down. You don't let anybody mess with your family. You don't let anybody mess with your sister. And I'm just looking at the video. This kid is like this big, right?
Mhm.
They look Guyanese Indian looking kids. I don't know if that's the correct term, so excuse me, right? And I watched the girl. The girl has pepper spray, and in the video, she's laughing. She's spraying the kid, and she's laughing. Ha 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 ha! Look at you, ha ha! And the first thing I said, and it's probably because of my experiences, like I've had this person stalking me for like the last 11 years. I said, something's not right. This looks more like the person that they're trying to get has been doing something, and the girl is finally empowered that person is now afraid, right? Then I looked at the young man who has a machete, right? A machete.
Machete. Wow.
And the machete looked more like a samurai sword. And I watched the video, and when I tell you the sword is like the length of the kid's arm, and to me, it looked more like the kid was taking the sword as a means to scare the other person, because he could have, shish kebab a whole bunch of people, because they got on an MTA bus. You get on an MTA bus with a machete and nobody gets cut, you had no intention of cutting them, right?
Mhm.
And so when I was looking at the correspondence in the comments, I'm saying to these people, first of all, you guys don't have any empathy, right? Remember when you were young and you thought you were invincible and you lived through anything? you're not thinking. And today's kids in New York City seems like if they're not battling getting jumped by groups of kids, getting stumped out, or there's so much gun violence, there's knives, and what can you do? What is this brother supposed to do? Because they departed, and even the person that they were chasing, he had a knife on him, and he was telling them, "Get away from me, or I'm gonna stab you." Right? But I bring all that up because in those conversations, I'm saying, "Oh, these kids are just human, and people make mistakes, and even when you're older, you have bad judgment." So I say all of that because on Sunday, I had a lot of fun, and if you see my personality now, when I've had nothing to drink or anything like that, these substances have different effects on people. I become a superhero version of myself, right? And I'm very protective of my friends. And in that instance of drinking a bottle of champagne mixed with tequila, and I probably had maybe 3 or 4 little puffs, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
That's nothing, dude.
Yeah.
That's nothing.
Well, that's a lot to me, right? And I became very protective over my friends. And so there was an instance in which I was overly protective of my friend, I guess. And I ended up doing something to someone she was dating, right? Which I would not have normally done, not to the person, but to a phone, right? And I realized that action after the fact, which I didn't remember doing, really caused discomfort to my friend and the person that she's dating. And so to me, that's just another instance that it is so easy to point your finger at someone else. And in some of the comments, they were saying like, oh, the way the young girl is laughing, she deserves to be punished. And, in the comments, I said, listen, the person who's been harassing me for 11 years, if I saw him struck with fear, and God won't like this, but I try to be honest, if I saw him hit by a car outside, I'm going to laugh, right? And I'm going to laugh from a place as in, haha, MF, you got what you deserve. And that's what I saw in that young girl. But unfortunately, all these families now are
Well, you're the type of person, at least from what I observe, you stand 10 toes down.
Yeah.
Right. So when you stand 10 toes down, it's hard to move you in your I'd rather have somebody around me standing 10 toes down than just standing 5 toes down. So so I hear you, and I respect that.
Yeah, but I probably why I'm single, not married, don't have kids, is that you have to have a way to turn it off, and I don't at all.
There's always balance. There's always, we all need balance in this world.
Yeah. I am sort of balanced when I have not consumed any alcohol. But yeah, I had a great time.
Well, remember, we got to go to the Ricky with his.
Yeah, that's Saturday.
That's next Saturday,
Not
correct?
This Saturday.
Not this Saturday. No, next Saturday. Next Saturday. Yeah.
You got
karaoke. The karaoke.
You don't have to have 10 toes down or 5 toes down. You just
Sounds
get
like
up there in the middle of the floor.
It's like
get
you're
a
gonna be 15
microphone
toes down.
Do you have a lot of good singers in there?
Yeah, we have such good singers.
I can
We
imagine.
have a man with a dog that sings about how much he loves his dog.
Does the dog bark?
The dog is no bigger than this.
Oh.
And he'll jump up on your lap, and don't feed him anything. He'll make poop all day long.
Boy. Okay, we don't want
and
that.
It stinks.
Nah,
not the actual, but just the poop, the body reaction. So it's a good time.
Well, Ricky, we're going to be there to applaud you and hear your lovely voice.
Me all you want. I will just say, good for me.
He's not singing.
We're going to be there.
You guys, I'm going to put you up on the mic. Give actually your favorite song.
I won't be singing.
Oh, come
we're gonna be watching you, Ricky.
Well, I'll sing. I Write the Songs by Barry Manilow.
Okay.
My mom likes Barry.
I write the song. I made the girls cry in the audience.
Wow.
I believe you.
Singing that song because they said that's Ricky. I remember him when he was a little teenager, and they were just wailing and wailing.
Wow, Ricky, you got that touch, Ricky. You got that voice, vocal.
It goes as far as Park Slope can go. So that's
Okay.
you guys
Well,
will
we're
have
gonna-
a good time.
we're
I'll
gonna
buy
be
a bucket
there.
of beer.
We are Community Cuts is going to be in the audience with you and
Community
supporting
Cuts will
you.
be there. That's
Oh
good.
yeah.
Good. So I will have my Community Cuts ears.
Yeah, okay. Okay.
He's going back to that. You guys got to sing. No. Mm-mm.
You said
It's-
something that made me laugh last week about your girlfriends coming to the event.
Oh, coming to Community Cuts?
No, well, coming to support Ricky.
Oh, yeah. On a Saturday night, my girlfriends are all very attractive and they're probably going to be out somewhere. And next Saturday, is the 4th, you
That's the
said?
4th.
Yeah,
Fourth
not,
of
not
October.
tomorrow, but the Saturday after that.
Oh, yeah. We
You can invite anybody you want.
I'll think about that. I have one friend. Her name is Danielle. I would invite her. I don't like inviting people into circles where I have not been before
Okay.
because some people's personalities,
I've already asked, can I bring Donatella and do?
and they said yes.
I said, sure, you bring anybody you want, brother. You know, you can bring anyone. You know how Army people are. Some of them, they'll grab you by the hug you all day long. So.
Oh, please don't hug me.
They
when I
don't,
come.
and they don't mean anything about it. It's just.
I'm gonna wear a sign. No touchy feely.
No touchy feely. Very
No,
good.
no touchy feely. Let me get.
Do the sign of the cross.
acclimated.
No touchy feely.
Oh,
But it should be good. We should be good because
Yeah,
we're
good
going to be
time.
watching you,
We
Ricky,
can
doing
stay
your
as long as we
thing.
want and as late as we want.
Oh, good. That's good. Well, we're going to be there to support our member, which is you, and support
member.
you on. You're part of the Community Cuts. So we're going to be supporting you.
Yeah, thank you very much.
again, he's putting the direction back to you. You will be doing all the action. We would just be sitting
We'll be there.
There you go.
Yeah, Ricky, we got you. We got you, Ricky. All right, but it should be good. I'm delighted. Thank you for inviting us, and yeah, we're gonna be there.
I have to do my part for Brooklyn. So
Yeah,
if there's something that Brooklyn needs and I have it, I would give it to them in a minute.
You know what Brooklyn needs? A new apartment for me. I need to move.
The accent that in the bar. See, watch that they start hugging you. Yeah?
no, she's gonna say no touchy, no touchy, no
No
touchy.
touchy,
Well, no. If you could give me an apartment, maybe.
Oh,
Maybe a little touchy feel.
I have in
above the shoulder.
in that bar of the post, I have asked for donations for my friends who are in hardship. They filled the jar up. This jar is this big. They filled it up with money.
Nice.
I put it all together, put it in my checking account, signed the check, and mailed it away to him or the gentleman. He
that
was
was
so
so
happy.
nice.
He was so happy. The one that passed away, I did the same jar, filled it up, put it all in my big checking account, and mailed his sister a check, and
that's
she
nice.
said, "All right."
Did you take out a processing fee?
I didn't touch a dime. I didn't.
I believe
go Ricky! I like that.
I
Go,
believe
I
Ricky.
didn't touch a dime.
I believe you.
Yeah.
Good people, and
Oh.
they'll give you a soda for free.
Okay.
Oh, I want Coca-Cola.
The Coca-Cola is yours. And I'm going to buy a bucket of a beer to put on our table for anybody who wants to sit with us.
So we look like ballers with a bucket of beer.
Okay. Okay. I like that.
Got it.
Ballers. I like that.
I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah, we're gonna have a good time.
Right.
Community Cuts will be there. Have a good time, and Donatella will be doing her thing there. Yeah.
I don't know what thing that is.
I don't know either, but we'll figure it out
We'll
once
figure
we
it out.
open the doors there.
Yeah,
The microphone gentleman that owns the mics and puts your song in, his
Right.
name is Wilson.
Okay.
I knew him when he was a little Wilson,
Okay.
Oh wow.
and now he's a big Wilson. And his sister is married now, and she's
Does he have kids too?
no,
Oh, okay.
he's unmarried. He's still single. His sister is with kids, and he has to take care of the children sometimes. Then they all live together.
Oh,
Wilson,
that's
he
nice.
is so much fun. He has a quirks and issues that makes you laugh. It makes you laugh. Good man.
So we're gonna close out now.
Good, because I'm sleeping.
I see those eyes.
His eyes are
You
getting
know,
ready to shut.
I haven't
those
been to
lids
sleep
are
yet.
falling. So, anything about before anything that you want to say about Brooklyn before? Because this is all about Brooklyn anyway. Anything that's on your heart that you want to talk about before we close out?
This last week, I joined 3 clubs: the Papa Club, the political organization Papa, the District 56 and 57.
Oh, Stephanie, Assemblymember Stephanie Zimmerman.
Yeah, all of them. Yeah, we are supporting. What's his name? Madami.
Yes.
We are
Yeah.
supporting them as a group, as a political group. We're supposed to support that politician.
Yeah, you're
If-
supposed. You're saying you should support the primary
Yeah,
winner.
the primary winner.
From the Democrats. Yeah.
And I joined, what's another one, the NCAAP. I joined that because of the fact of the environmental issue. So I just signed up and got in. And I joined the Freedom Agency for the fact of what was that?
The ability to date women. I'm always
Something,
teasing him.
the issue of something that was being built and they didn't like it and they wanted me to support it. So I joined and I sat down with them.
Okay.
So again, I'm
Nice.
trying to stay active.
Nice.
But
Donna, tell her my hungry world.
Well, I am so different thing. I'm going to bring it with health. I want to encourage all of our viewers, depending on your age and your family history, if your family has any history of breast cancer, colon cancer, prostate cancer, do pre-screening. Going out to my men, the same way you guys go out and watch games together. You go out to the park. Get together as a group, support one another, and go get a colonoscopy. Go get a prostate check. I learned I stream on another platform called the Reset Talk Show, and Black and brown men are the highest, unfortunately, recipients of prostate and colon cancer. And depending on when you catch it, it can travel really quickly. And for me, recently I was a lot of scared that I might have colon cancer or breast cancer. And, you have those tests, and when they tell you you got to have another one because they think they saw something, it really puts you in check, because those are things you cannot control. I mean, you can go to doctors, and with this administration talking about they want to get rid of research and, adjust different types of insurances so that you can't, go get a vaccine, or you can't go and get a flu shot, which Governor Hochul introduced an executive order or bill, whatever it's called. Now you don't need the special permission to get the latest COVID vaccine or to get a flu test. You just simply walk in as always. I just want to encourage us to be as healthy as we can be. Stay alert, because we have people in our streets doing things. That's the criminals. And then, you have these people who literally are like kidnapping people from doctor's appointments, court appearances, their jobs. I saw one image of someone being grabbed while he was at work. And remember, this whole thing about deporting illegal immigrants, it was supposed to be focused on the criminal element. And I feel like instead, all we see going viral are families, right? Families, kids, and my citizen alert is still going off. So the criminals are out there. And at the end of the day, I want to tell everybody to do this fun exercise. Recently, Starbucks put out a message, because people go in and they give their name and they give any name they want, and then you have to say it. And so apparently people were using the guy CK, using his name, and people in Starbucks, some of them were upset they had to say this name, or people who were listening. So I want everyone to go to Starbucks, get some friends, tag me or add me as a collaborator. And I want you to write on your coffee or your tea, release the Epstein files. And so when they call your name, and 3 or 4 of you should go at a time, and you'll hear it, release the Epstein files, release the Epstein files, make it to the reels, and I promise you it will go viral.
Wow.
Yeah.
Very good.
It's very good. Very good.
The Epstein 5. Yeah. All right.
Epstein files.
Epstein files.
And I love that you don't know anything about it, as you should not.
Mhm.
There you go.
Very good.
So I want to tell our community, and I know you touched on it before, Donatella, we have to allow our money to recycle amongst ourselves in our community. And so it should not just go in and come out, but it should recycle. And when it recycles throughout our community, that's where our community can benefit from money coming in and staying in our community. So I want to encourage our communities throughout Brooklyn to invest in your communities. And investment means that you spend within the community and you spend within that local store that's within your community. So the money can circulate through the community, and the person who has a store will also be mindful to give back to the community. So with that being said, I want to have people be cognizant of that and try to move that forward.
So it's interesting you said that. I have a friend, his name is Derek, and he said to me, every time you go live, you should remind people to support local Black and Brown businesses or whatever ethnicity you are, right? Because if you look around, there's so many businesses that are being shuttered. And so when you decide to grab something to eat or buy a product, shop small businesses. Very good.
And that's why we're going to say to our viewers, Salon Leahing, 732 Washington Avenue. Got the best beauticians, best barbers, and we want you to come in and support. If you need to make an appointment, 718-230-4100. Ask for Winsome. 718-230-4100. Professionals all through. So come on out and support them. 732 Washington Avenue. And with that being said, I want to say good night to our cast and good night.
Good night. Good night.
I'm so sleepy. Oh. That's big.
Community Cuts every Friday night, 7 o'clock at Salon Leahing, 732 Washington Avenue between Prospect Place and Park Place, where the beauticians, professional beauticians, that's where they are, and the barbers. 732 Washington Avenue, Salon Leahing. We love you, Brooklyn. We are part of you. All peace.
Peace and love.
Peace and hair grease.
There you go. There you go. Leave it to Donatella. We love you, Donatella. We love you, Ricky. Ricky James.
We
All
love
right.
you too, Duke.
Thank you. Thank you.
That's it.
That really did a snap when you did that.
I did that. Yeah.
Oh my goodness, I want to go to sleep.
All right.
Oh. That was awesome.
Kind of like a new mic. That's